In open letter, Obasanjo tells Britain to count him out of plot to rig 2023 polls. Wow. So Obasanjo has written another letter again, apart from the one he wrote on January 1st, 2023, telling Nigerians who to vote, and again endorsing Peter Obi as the president of Nigeria for 2023. He has written a second letter. I'm sure there must have been a rumor, all right, about the rigging of 2023 election. Already, Britain has asked the Nigerian government to ensure that there's free and fair election in 2023, and also to submit to them list of potential persons that are planning to rig 2023 election. So Obasanjo has now come out to tell the Britain and probably the rest of the world that he is not part of rigging of 2023 election. It's not part of that plot. So in this letter, he's notifying the UK, the British government, that they should count him out of the plot to rig 2023 election. So what it means is that even though he has endorsed Peter Obi of Labour Party to be president of 2023, to be president for 2023, and urging people to vote him, he is trying to make sure that they won't rope him into any rigging plan. He is just supporting a candidate. He is not going to rig the candidate to position. That is what I can deduce from this letter. Let's see what he said in the letter. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo on Thursday denied being part of any alleged collusion of the 2023 general election in Nigeria. Obasanjo spoke through his media aide, Kehinde Akinyemi, in Abeokuta, Ogun State on Thursday. According to him, the former president is not responsible for the viral stories on some discredited platforms on the forthcoming general election in Nigeria. Wow. So Obasanjo is not part of the viral stories. And like I said, there have been stories that there's plan to rig 2023 general election. So Obasanjo has counted himself out. He's not part of that plot, and he's not part of the viral story as well. Okay, this is a good one. Akinyemi, in a statement titled Rigging Claim, Letter to Britain, Obasanjo Not Responsible, AD, maintained that the viral trending story on the alleged plan by the former president to collude with the electoral body in the presidential election of February 25 is completely false. Can you imagine? I'm sure it means that some other opposition parties will be crying foul over this matter. The truth is that Obasanjo is a powerful political figure in Nigeria, whether they like it or not. He's a powerful political figure in Africa. Okay? So anybody sees his force as very, very formidable. Everybody sees whoever he supports as being close to success. That is why at the beginning of the campaign program at September 2022, everybody was visiting him left, right, and center. Atiku went there with Centorage. What is his name? Tinubu went there with Centorage. Peter Obi still went there too with Centorage. Everybody went there asking for his support. Okay, but when he eventually came up with somebody he would support in the person of Peter Obi of Labour Party, it right in his letter 2023 January 1, the rest political parties started, went aflame. All right, they went angered, and everybody was throwing all kinds of stone against Obasanjo. And the question was that if Obasanjo had supported you, either in PDP or APC, would there be all these tantrums and all these stones that have been thrown against Obasanjo? But because he chose Peter Obi, a different person entirely, unexpectedly, all of them got angry and they were fighting him, saying his endorsement is of no effect. His endorsement, it does not add value. People he endorsed before never succeeded, you know. So all of these things, both PDP and APC supporters and spokespersons were just talking left, right, and center. And I'm sure it's stemming from that another rumor came out that Obasanjo was going to collude with the INEC to rig elections so that Peter Obi must win. But I'm sure Obasanjo won't do that. And that is why he's coming out here to say it in his letter to Nigerians and to the British government that he is not part of that rumor, is not part of that collusion, is not part of that plot to rig 2023 election. His own is that he has told Nigerians whom he is going to support, whom he's endorsing for the presidency, but not that he's going to rig the person to position. He said apart from the open letter dated January 1, 2023, and the one addressed to the renowned historians, Professor Toyin Falola, on his 70th birthday, there has been no other public or private letter written to anybody by the former president. Wow. So, apart from the ones he has written so far, meaning he has written 3 letters, that is what it means. So, one was the January 1 to Nigerians, and telling Nigerians whom he's supporting and who to vote. The second one was the one he wrote to the renowned historian, Professor Toyin Falola, on the 70th birthday. And I'm sure the third one is this one now, that he's writing to the British government to tell them that it's not part of that plot or that part of that viral story of rigging 2023 election. Okay? So, but the question is, why would Obasanjo want to rig election? The man is old. The man is just saying his mind. He's not going to be involved in any form of electoral malpractice. Okay, his own duty is just to take his voter's card and go and vote for his own candidate on that day. All right, and he is saying he's not going to rig any election. He's not going to do anything. In fact, his man is resting. Right now, he's not even a member of any political party. He's just a lone ranger moving his own way. Okay? But then, they are still scared. Both PDP, APC, NNPP, they are all still scared about the person of Obasanjo and about who he support. Because they still know that irrespective of their statement that Obasanjo's endorsement is of no effect, is of no value, they still know right inside their mind that Obasanjo is a force. Obasanjo is an influencer. Currently, he's the only living past president that is respected across all the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria. And wherever he steps in, he gets what he wants. Okay? But he has told everybody here that it's not part of that plot. It's not part of that rumor. Is not correct about him. And he has written to everybody. And again, so one may want to ask on a neutral platform, why is it telling this to the British? Why not to Nigerians directly? Okay, though he means to everybody anyway, but I'm sure the British has eye on Nigerian election come February 25, 2023. And that is why they said that the government and the populace should be able to submit names of people that are planning or that want to rig the election. You understand? Or are intending to thwart the election process come 2023, February 25. And probably that is why he's writing this letter, to remove his hand and his head from that rumor, from that plot, and to tell the whole world it's not going to be part of it. So it's a good one to hear from Obasanjo. I know that Obasanjo is a force. I know that because of the endorsement, other political parties are jittering seriously, are panicking seriously. And the way they responded to that letter of January 1st, 2023 to Nigerian youth shows that they are not comfortable, shows that there's fire on the mountain. All right. The way they responded just to water down the effect of that letter, but it still did not happen because Obasanjo was not shaking. Even though people were threatening him, insulting him, he didn't shake because they know that he's a force. All right. He's a force. So that's fine. Good to hear. Thank you, Obasanjo, for saying you're not going to be part of that plot. because we actually don't want that election to be rigged. We want it to be free and fair. Anybody that wants to thwart it, Nigerians will come out for that person. So thank you for listening. That's Obasanjo's letter to Britain. And let's hear from you. Let's have your comment below for sharing as well.